Hare Krishna Prabhu, am I audible?
Hare Krishna. Yes, just a minute.
Okay. So by that time, would somebody like to share one of the names that we covered yesterday? Just one name. So yesterday, the theme was Govardhana Chalo Dhartre Namaha. So that was the main theme, Govardhana Giri. That's what I remember. There are some more as well. Anybody can chip in, it'll be nice.
Om Pitavasine Nama.
Hari Bol, very nice.
And Om Vanamaline Nama.
Om Parijatapaharakaya Namaha.
Yes, Prabhu, we can begin now.
Hare Krishna. Let us begin with prayers. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Welcome all of you once again for today's episode 9 of Krishna 108. In this series, we have been discussing the wonderful holy names of Lord Krishna, which describe the various qualities and leelas of the sweet Lord Sri Krishna. This is an attempt to appreciate the different qualities of the Lord and also an attempt to prepare our consciousness to receive the Lord on the day of his appearance, on the day of Janmashtami. It is also mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna is Punya Shravana Kirtanaha. That means simply by discussing about Krishna, hearing and talking about Krishna, one can become purified. So, therefore, by understanding Krishna's different names and their uh, spiritual significance, we are becoming purified and we are also becoming more and more closer and dearer to Lord Krishna. So let's begin today's discussion. The 49th holy name of Lord Krishna is Om Gopāla Namaha. Obeisances to Sri Krishna, who is Gopāla, the protector of the cows. You know, Krishna likes the cows very much. In fact, in the spiritual world also, Krishna is eternally present as the cowherd boy. And Krishna loves cows so much that he has named his abode, the topmost planet in the Vaikuntha world, where he stays, as Goloka Vrindavana. It is called Goloka, means the planet of the cows. So Krishna is so much fond of the cows. Just like people in this world, when they build a house, they name their house according to their choice, isn't it? Some in the same way, some people name it as Shanti Nivasa because they desire that Shanti, peace, must always be there in their house, right? Sukha Villa, they name their name house like that, a place of happiness. But Krishna has named his house as Goloka. That shows how much he is fond of the cows. Now, Gopāla, Palaka means the maintainer and the protector. And Gopāla means the one who protects the cows. Krishna has many names associated with the cows. For example, we have discussed Govinda. Govinda means one who gives pleasure to the cows. In fact, after the Govardhan Leela took place, you know, uh, Indra came to his senses at the end of 7 days. His attempts to inundate Vrindavan failed utterly. Realizing his mistake, he comes to beg forgiveness of Krishna, but he doesn't come alone. On the advice of Lord Brahma, Indra brings along with him the Surabhi cow from the spiritual world. And this Surabhi cow is the mother of all the cows. And since Krishna loves cows, so Indra brought the Surabhi cow so that by seeing Surabhi cow, Krishna will become compassionate upon Indra and he will forgive his mistake. That was his intention. So Krishna was glorified by Surabhi cow. So Surabhi cow said, all this while we were thinking that Indra is our master, but Indra has actually given us pain by trying to inundate Vrindavan where uh, the cows live. So Indra has failed to give protection to us. But it was you, O Krishna, who lifted the Govardhan hill and gave protection to all the cows. Therefore, from today, we accept you as our Indra. You are our master. Please give us shelter. Please accept us. Like that. Surabhi cow offered prayers, and Krishna happily accepted this. In fact, in one of the prayers in Vishnu Purana, Lord Krishna is described as Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagad Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So Krishna is called Go Brahmana Hita. Hita means the well-wisher, one who does well, one who always does uh, good to the cows and to the Brahmanas, the custodians of knowledge. He is called Krishna. So let us meditate. One more important thing, no, about cow is that cow is a very simple animal. It eats grass, but in return it gives milk which is full of all nutrients. It does not harm anybody. It is very mild animal. So Krishna likes such cows. That means Krishna actually loves people who are in sattva guna, like the cow. Sattvic people are those who do not give trouble to others, but they are interested in helping others. They're interested in giving back to the society, helping others to come to the path of spiritual life. So therefore, Krishna loves such sattvic people. So let us also follow in the footsteps of the cows of Vrindavan who are very dear to Krishna, and let us follow the path of Krishna consciousness and also help others to come to this path by meditating on this name, Om Gopālaya Namaha. The 50th holy name is Om Sarvapalakaya Namaha. Obeisances to Sri Krishna, the protector of all. Krishna is not only Gopala, but he is also Sarvapalaka. He protects everybody. In fact, every living entity, right from an insignificant ant up to Lord Brahma, who is the most powerful entity within the universe, all living entities are actually children of the Supreme Lord Krishna. As such, Krishna is very affectionate towards all the living entities. Krishna maintains and protects everybody He has made elaborate arrangements for everybody in this world for their maintenance and sustenance. Our Acharya Srila Prabhupada used to give this example. In the African jungles, there are huge elephants, and the elephants require tons and tons of grass and leaves every day. Who is providing for these elephants? They don't have any scarcity of food problem. It is Krishna's arrangement. So Krishna has provided not only for human beings, but also for all species of life, including the giant elephants. The meaning is Krishna maintains everybody. And Krishna maintains especially his devotees who are fully dependent on him. It is for the sake of his devotees that Krishna descends to this earthly planet. Right? Paritranaya sadhunam. In order to protect my devotees, the sadhus who have taken shelter of me, I come to this material world, Krishna says. So, Krishna nourishes, protects everybody, especially he protects the devotees who have taken complete shelter of him. So, let us depend on Krishna, let us surrender to Krishna, and always seek his unflinching protection by chanting this name, Om Sarvapalakaya Namaha. The next holy name 51, Om Ajaya Namaha, obeisances to Sri Krishna, the unborn. Actually, Krishna has no birth because Krishna never accepts a material body. Birth and death apply only to the body, the material body. The soul is eternal. Actually, we are also eternal because we are originally soul. We are part and parcel of Krishna. And therefore, we are also eternal, like Krishna. But Krishna tells in the 4th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam ishwaropi san. He says, even though I am Aja, I am unborn, still I come to this material world out of my own will in order to protect the devotees who are dependent on me. This is the causeless mercy of the Lord. The Lord has no birth, he has no death, he has nothing to achieve, but still he comes to this material world, engages himself in various activities, and all this he does in order to protect his devotees, in also to set an example for everybody. So we are celebrating Janmashtami in a few days. So what is the meaning of Janmashtami? Janmashtami does not mean the birth of Krishna, because Krishna is beyond birth and death. He is Aja, he has no birth. But Janmashtami is the appearance of Krishna in this material world. We don't use the word birth for Krishna or his pure devotees. We use the word appearance. They appear in this material world. Srila Prabhupada gives an example. Just like the sun rises in the east every day in the morning. So, what does it mean? Actually, the sun is fixed in its own position. But because of the rotation of the earth around the sun, at different places on the earth, at different times, it appears that the sun is rising. Actually, the sun is not born or the sun is not dying when it sets. The sun is situated in its original position, but because of relative motion between the earth and the sun, it appears that the sun is taking birth in the morning. It's not taking birth, it's just appearing. In the same way, Krishna appears in this material world out of his own mercy to give us an opportunity to meditate upon him, to hear about his wonderful qualities, and he performs so many leelas just to give an opportunity for us to hear about him. And all this is done because of his causeless mercy. So, Janmashtami means the appearance of Lord Krishna. So, let us meditate on the unborn who appears to take birth in this material world out of his mercy by chanting this name, Om Ajaya Namaha. The 52nd holy name of Krishna is Om Niranjanaya Namaha. Obeisances to Sri Krishna, who is without any material contamination. Niranjana, Niranjana. So, Anjana means being anointed with some uh, paste or some contamination. Anjana. Niranjana. Nir is negation. He is not anointed or he is not touched by any material contamination at any given point of time. He is always free from the influence of contamination. Many people accuse saying that, see, Krishna, he told that he has come to establish dharma in this material world, but he danced with the young gopis in the dead of night in the forest. What kind of dharma is this? So, when somebody asks this question, the Bhagavatam gives the reply. The Bhagavatam says that all these gopis, their spiritual bodies danced with Krishna. Their material bodies were lying in their houses. And also, these gopis were fully elevated. They were not on the mundane platform, they were on the spiritual platform. They were fully dedicated to serve the Lord, and the Lord wanted to reciprocate with their pure feelings of love and surrender. And that is why he performed this particular Leela. And there is no tinge of material lust or kama in this activity of Krishna. This is also confirmed in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So, Lord Krishna, he is free from all kinds of material contaminations like lust, anger, greed, etc. Therefore, he is called Niranjana. Why we become influenced by lust, anger, and greed and other contaminations? Because we come under the grip of uh, material nature characterized by the three gunas, sattva guna, rajo guna, and tamo guna. Right? Because of the influence of these three gunas, we actually perform certain activities under the sway of lust, anger, and greed. But Krishna, he is beyond the influence of the three gunas. He is gunatita. He is above the influence of the three gunas. Therefore, there cannot be any material lust or any other material contamination in Krishna. This we have to properly understand. So, if we want to understand properly the activities of Krishna, we have to study the scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam as explained by bona fide acharyas. And it is also explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Harirhi nirguna sakshat tam bhajan nirguno bhave. Because Hari or Krishna is free from the influence of the three gunas, anybody who renders service to Krishna, who becomes a devotee of Krishna, he also becomes free from the influence of the three gunas. So let us meditate upon Krishna, who is forever free from all kinds of material contaminations, by chanting this name, Om Niranjana Yanamaha. The 53rd holy name is Om Kamajanaka Yanamaha. Obeisances to Sri Krishna, the father of Cupid or Kama. Kamadeva is said to be one of the devatas who is in charge of inflicting material lust in all the living entities within this material world. So Kamadeva is accompanied by his wife Rati, and Kama, he has Pushpa Bana, he has arrows of flowers, and when he shoots these arrows at anyone, that person becomes influenced by lust. And this Kamadeva is supposed to be the son of Lord Brahma. Originally, he was created by Lord Brahma, and his his role in this material world is to make sure that the procreation is happening in all the species of life. Once Lord Shiva performed, he entered samadhi for many thousands of years, and during that time there was a demon called Tarakasura. He had actually performed tapasya, and he had taken the benediction from Lord Brahma that he will be killed only by the son of Lord Shiva. And now Parvati Devi, she was also doing tapasya to get Lord Shiva as her husband. But Lord Shiva was in deep tapasya. This Tarakasura, meanwhile, had actually created a lot of trouble for the Devatas, and he had also uh, created trouble for the sadhus, the pious people in this world. So all the Devatas, they requested this Kamadeva. See, Lord Shiva is in deep tapasya, meditation. Now you have to wake him up, and you have to instigate lusty desires in him so that he gets attracted to Mother Parvati, and by their union, a son of Lord Shiva is born who is capable of killing this Tarakasura. This was the plan. So Kamadeva agreed. So Kamadeva went and he shot an arrow at Lord Shiva. And immediately Lord Shiva's tapasya broke. But when he opened his third eye, he actually burnt Kamadeva to ashes. And from that day, Kamadeva remained without a form. Therefore, he got the name Ananga. One who does not have anga or body, he is called Ananga. The wife of Kamadeva, Rati, pleaded Lord Shiva, please bring back my husband to a form, give his form back. So at that time, Lord Shiva said, I cannot do that, uh, but Lord Krishna will actually give birth to uh, your husband as his own son in Dwapara Yuga. So according to these words of Lord Shiva, when Krishna appeared later in Dwapar Yuga, this Kamadeva was born as the eldest son of Krishna and Rukmini Devi, known as Pradyumna. So this Pradyumna is the eldest son of Krishna, and he is the incarnation of Kamadeva. So from that day, Kamadeva got back his body. This is what is explained in the scriptures. So since Krishna became the Janaka, Janaka means the father of Kamadeva, he is known as Kama Janakaya Namaha. And one more important thing is that a devotee of the Lord, he is free from all kinds of karma. His only desire is to serve the Lord. And if we are sincere in our desire to serve the Lord facilitates our desire, and He gives us the right intelligence so that we can reach Him. Krishna tells this in the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. If our desires are pure, if our desires are engaged in service of Krishna, then Krishna will facilitate our spiritual advancement and he will give us enlightenment. So, therefore, let us all use our desiring ability to serve Krishna. And the best way to desire is to desire to become a devotee of Krishna. Praying to Krishna, oh Krishna, please accept me as your servant. Please accept me as your devotee. So, like this, if we desire and pray to Krishna, Krishna will surely fulfill our desire. And we should not simply desire, but we should also act according to the regulations, instructions given by the spiritual master. And the most important thing that is recommended is to chant the holy names of the Lord. So let us meditate on Krishna, who fulfills the pure desires of his devotees and who also became the father of Kamadeva by chanting this name, Om Kamajanakaya Namaha. The last holy name for today, the holy name 54, is Om Kanjalochana Yanamaha. Obeisances to Sri Krishna, the lotus-eyed one. You see, Krishna's, as I was telling you in one of the previous sessions, Krishna's body is extremely beautiful because it is not material, it is completely spiritual. Satchidananda Vigraha. And in the scriptures, often Krishna's body parts are compared to lotus. So here, Krishna's eyes, Lochana means eyes, Kanja means the lotus. So Krishna's eyes are compared to lotus. In fact, there is a prayer in the Bhagavatam offered by Mother Kunti. She says, Namah Pankaja Nabhaya, Namah Pankaja Madine, Namah Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankajanghraye. Pankaja also means lotus. So she says, Oh my dear Lord Krishna, when I look at you, I only see lotus like features of your spiritual body. By looking at you, I have vision of lotuses, Kunti Devi says. Namah Pankaja Nabhaya. Your abdomen has a depression like that of a lotus. So you are called Pankaja Nabha, Padma Nabha. And your eyes are like lotus petals. And your glance is also as cooling as a lotus. Therefore, you are known as Pankaja Netra, Kamala Nayana, Kanjalochana. All of these mean the same. And you are wearing a garland of lotus flowers. So you are Pankaja Maline. And your feet are also like lotus. Pankaja Angri. Angri means feet. So, like this, Krishna's bodily features are all compared to a lotus. And here we see Pankaja or Kanjalochana. Another name of Krishna, very similar to this, is mentioned in the Garuda Purana. In the Garuda Purana, there is one very beautiful prayer. Om apavitra pavitro va sarvavastha gatopi va yasmaret pundari kaksham sabahya abhyantara shuchihi. It is said, one may be in any condition of life, whether in a clean state of being or an unclean state of being. If somehow or the other one remembers Pundarikaksha, the lotus-eyed Krishna, then immediately one becomes purified both internally and externally. Just by remembering the lotus-eyed Krishna, we become purified. You see, lotus is very special. Lotus grows in a marshy place. It grows in dirt, but it actually blooms out of the marshy or the dirt, and it is very pure, very clean, pristine. In fact, the lotus leaf or the lotus petals, they do not get moistened by water. Krishna uses this analogy in the Bhagavad Gita also. Padma Patra Ivam Bhasa. A devotee of the Lord, when he acts in Krishna consciousness, when he does all his activities as an offering to Krishna, he becomes free from the reactions of those work, of those activities. Just like a lotus flower or a lotus petal, even though it is in water, it is not touched by water. It remains untouched by water. So this is a spiritual significance of the lotus. So even though Krishna appears in this material world, he is not affected by the material qualities. He is always untouched by the material contaminations. Therefore, his bodily parts are often compared to lotus. So let us meditate on the lotus-eyed Lord so that we can become purified by chanting this name, Om Kanjalochana Yanamaha. So, according to the verse in the Garuda Purana, just by remembering the lotus-eyed Lord Krishna, we can become purified both internally and externally. So now let us remember, let us chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra so that we can all become purified in our consciousness. I request all of you to please join me for a minute. We will all chant together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So with this, we have completed 50% of the Sri Krishna Ashtottara Shatanamavali. That is, out of 108, we have completed 54 holy names of Krishna. So please do mention in the WhatsApp group which of these 6 names that we discussed today you like the most. I'll be very eager to see your answer and also mention the reason why you like that particular name. Over to Santosh. He has a few updates for all of us. After that, we shall have the Q&A if you have any questions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Actually, Santosh, I think he had got caught up with something. So I'll take and continue. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for enlightening us again, continuing this series. It was very wonderful to listen again the glories of the holy names of the Lord. Particularly today, session, I like the last name, Kancha Lochana, the beautiful lotus-eyed form of the Lord. That is something that we also see it as one of the most beautiful forms. And as you mentioned, just by seeing the painting of the Lord, which was described in the slides, it was so mesmerizing, actually. That was one of the things which I could observe. So as a, like we see that day to day, we have been going through all of these holy names of the Lord for almost past 9 days. So as we see that, just that when we listen to the holy names of the Lord, they are so sweet. And similarly, when we are trying to do that as chant the holy names of the Lord, they're even more sweeter when we try to release that and chant. So that's one of the places where we, as a club, we keep doing this mantra meditation practice. So this happens online at 9 p.m. Apart from that, we have further more avenues which we'd like to share with you. So the next thing for announcement for today is, so just like we have been seeing, our mind is always our closest companion, whatever you do, wherever you are. Sometimes it feels also like a biggest enemy because of things and circumstances. Wherever it arises, any emotion it brews, or even any decisions that can take shape. But just let me ask you, how often do you actually really pause and understand? And at least we take some time to try to manage our mind. Any answers or something? Please feel free to answer it in the chat box. So in that way, we have been conducting a workshop series, a simple 2-week workshop series, wherein we have been exploring these particular principles of self-management through the part of Bhagavad Gita, what we understand from the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, what Lord Krishna has mentioned to Arjuna. Through that path, we are trying to understand in our day-to-day lives as being part of the scientific community, how do we understand all of this? More than being a scientific community, as a same human being, or in our day, like we have a lot of ups and downs which keep going through our day. So in that way, we are just trying to understand what is actually Gita trying to tell us, which can also impact us in our day-to-day lives and bring about a positive change which can help us push for us forward. So in that way, we are continuing with this particular workshop, the second session in this week, coming Friday, same venue, 6:30 p.m. And this will be the second session, and you're most welcome to invite your friends and acquaintances in the campus to attend this session. It's going to be really a wonderful session. We have something that is interesting awaiting you in the session also. And post that, we have something exciting which is coming in the weekend. We can go to the next slide. So Sri Balaram Purnima, the transcendental brother of Lord Krishna, his appearance day is coming. So as we had mentioned earlier, some of us would be visiting to the nearby ISKCON temple, where we would be participating in the grand festivities of which is organized in the temple and take part and view the wonderful Abhisheka kirtans, wonderful melodies, kirtans, which many of us like, and be a part of the festivities, different festivities that happen, and honor also a prasadam which is offered to their lordships, Krishna and Balarama at the end. So it's one of the unique opportunities which is available to us. So I would like to heartily invite all of you to be a part of this and join us in coming to the temple on that particular evening. It's on Saturday, 9th, this coming week. And we gather near Amos, and the further details, if you're interested, we'll be sharing it forward. And also, we have the link for registering for that particular self-management course, which is still active. So please feel free to register over there if you haven't yet. And we would be also sharing it in the WhatsApp group, so you can stay tuned for that. And moving further, we can go for the Q&A part. If you have any questions, please feel free to write it in the chat box, or you can ask Prabhu here directly. Over to you, Prabhu. Sri Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Hare
Prabhu, we
Krishna, am
have
I
the
audible?
questions. Yes, Prabhu, you're audible, Prabhu.
Yeah. So do we have any questions on the chat box?
We have Niket raise his hands. Maybe we can take that forward, Prabhu.
Yes, Nikhil.
Hare Krishna. My question is
Hare
regarding
Krishna.
that incident in which Lord Shiva burnt the Kamdev body, because means Lord Shiva is also considered Mahayogi, means so he should be knowing the purpose of Kamdev trying to wake him up so that people can be freed from the cruelty of the demons. So why he actually then burnt Kamdev, and uh, like why it always happens that some demon will create so much trouble for very long time, then only after very long time of trouble to sadhus and all the devotees, after very long time devtas will request the higher authorities like the gods to come for help, means why very such kind of delay, and why he burnt actually. Yes, thank you.
Okay. So we should understand the position of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is the Adi Yogi, right? He is always in meditation, and his you know his area of responsibility is primarily destruction. That is towards the end of the uh, life of Lord Brahma, when this universe has to go through pralaya. It is at that time that Lord Shiva begins to destroy by opening his third eye, and he also performs the Tandava dance, which is the dance of annihilation of the entire cosmos. We should also understand that when Lord Shiva was actually sitting in meditation in this particular incident which we talked about, uh, he did this after Sati Devi, the daughter of Daksha, whom he had married earlier, after she was actually she uh, gave up her body in the Daksha Yajna. That is another incident. I will not elaborate much on that because that may not be required now. But Sati Devi actually had was the wife of Lord Shiva before Mother Parvati, and she had actually given up her body because she could not actually bear the blasphemy of Lord Shiva. And after this incident happened, after Mother Sati gave up her body, Lord Shiva was, deeply pained, and he was actually sitting in meditation. So that was a situation. And meanwhile, this thing happened that Tarakasura performed tapasya and he asked the benediction. He took advantage of Lord Shiva's position. So Tarakasura's logic was, now Lord Shiva is deeply pained because he has lost his wife, and now he has entered tapasya. We don't know how many thousands of years it will take for him to come out of his samadhi. So let me ask this benediction that I should be killed by Lord Shiva's son. That was the logic. Just like Hiranyakashipu had his own logic when he asked benediction. So demons have their own logics. But the Lord can act beyond all such logics, isn't it? So that they don't understand. Anyway, so so Lord Shiva, when his meditation was disturbed, he became angry. And because of his sudden anger, he actually opened his third eye and he burnt up Kamadeva. It's not that Lord Shiva is unaware of Kamadeva's position, but you see, all these incidents they are like a uh, prelude to the pastimes of Krishna, which are going to happen in the future in Dwapar Yuga. So all these incidents lead to the pastimes of Krishna. That is how we should see it. It's not that Lord Shiva is unaware or something like that. And it's not that Kamadeva, because he lost his body, his function as the devata of love or lust was hampered. No, he continued to perform his prescribed role, just that he did not have a material body because it was burnt up by Lord Shiva's anger. Another interesting lesson that we can draw from this incident is Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita that karma, when karma becomes, we all chase after certain desires, right? And when our desires are frustrated, that results in krodha. The manifestation of krodha is nothing but a frustration of one's karma. If karma is not satisfied, that results in krodha, which is often uncontrolled and which often does irreversible changes in our life. So, a lesson for us to learn from this incident is when karma is not in control, then uh, krodha uh, manifests. So, this is also explained in the Bhagavad Gita. So, all these are leading to certain incidents. And also, as you mentioned yesterday, also you asked about it. Why delay? Why delay? Actually, from our point of view, we may think it is delay, but in the original plan of the Lord, nothing is delayed. Everything happens at the perfect timing. This we have to understand. We will understand this when we carefully study the Bhagavad Gita and the Bhagavatam, where all of these narrations are explained. Hope that answers your question. Okay, is there any other question or any other comments
Hare
by
Krishna
anybody?
Prabhuji. This is Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, who is this?
This is Uday.
Yes, Uday.
Prabhuji, you said that like, Kamadeva is the god of lust.
Yeah.
Then who causes lust in us in this Kali Yuga? Is it Kali or Kamadeva?
No, Kamadeva is always there, right? He makes sure that there is progeny going on because of mutual. He creates the mutual attraction between in different species of life. So Kamadeva is always there in all the yugas. Now, but what Kali does is Kali Yuga means where there is no spiritual outlook, right? People lose their spiritual consciousness. Karma is required, but it has to be within the boundary of dharma. In fact, Krishna tells this in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, Dharma aviruddha bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshapha. He says, O Arjuna, I am that kama which is not against dharma. That means karma has its place, but karma should be within the rules and regulations governed by dharma. When it goes outside that, then it creates problems. It creates uncontrolled karma. It creates adharmic karma, right? So In Kali Yuga, we see people find it very difficult to manage their karma because there is no spiritual consciousness, there is no spiritual training. In the other yugas, also karma was there, but people were trained spiritually. They were able to control or channelize their karma in a in a proper way according to dharmic principles. But in Kali Yuga, it is not there. So therefore, unless one is spiritually trained, it is not possible to check the force of karma. And in Kali Yuga, there are four important sinful activities which are very much prevalent: uh, meat eating, intoxication, gambling, and illicit sex. And all of these four are actually manifestations of uncontrolled karma. So, only by the process of awakening Krishna consciousness, which can be easily done through the process of chanting, one can check the force of karma and one can stay away from these four sinful activities. Hope that answers your question, Uday. We have another question posted. Can Praveen, could you please read it?
Yes, Prabhu. This question is from Dhanlakshmi. The question says, Hare Krishna Prabhu, could you please share light on the significance of Vatapatrashai form of baby Krishna shown in picture for holy name Ajaya Namaha?
Yeah. So, if you can show that slide once again, Ajaya Namaha. Yes, there a picture of Krishna lying on a banyan leaf was depicted. And this form of Krishna is called Vatapatra Shai. Vata Patra. Patra means leaf. Vata means banyan tree. Shai means one who is lying down. Actually, this form of Lord Krishna, this form was actually manifested, or this form is manifested at the time of total annihilation of this entire universe. And this form was actually seen by the great sage Markandeya Rishi. So, when the entire universe is annihilated, the whole universe is actually uh, inundated with water. At that time, uh, there will be a banyan tree which is indestructible, which will be there. It's also called Akshaya Vata. And on one of the leaves of this banyan tree, a beautiful baby form of Krishna will be lying down. And here we see this is Devahuti, one of the uh, wonderful mother that is depicted in the Bhagavatam. She is actually offering prayers to Krishna. And what is the significance of this Krishna lying down on the Vatapatra? The significance is when nothing exists, he remains to exist. And uh, within his belly, the entire existence is conserved. So, this is very similar to the law of conservation of energy. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be changed from one form to another form, we say, right? The entire material cosmos is conserved within Krishna. When nothing existed, he existed. When everything is manifest now in this material cosmos, he continues to exist. He is maintaining it. And when the entire cosmos is destroyed, he alone remains, uh, conserving everything within his body. So that is the lesson, or that is the significance of this Vatapatra Shai. So, just like a child is innocent, playful, Krishna's creation, the way Krishna creates and winds up the entire creation in due course of time. It's a child's play for him. So to depict that, Krishna comes in, he exists in the form of a child. And you can see also here, like a playful child, he places the toe of his leg inside his mouth. That means it is pure innocence. And he's also showing that this entire creation, maintenance, and destruction of this entire material world is a child's play for him. So that is the significance of this Vatapatra Shai form of Krishna. Hope that answers your question, Dhanalakshmi. Is there any other? Of course, there are many more things we can discuss about Vatapatra Shai, but you can study the Bhagavatam, I think 12th canto, where Krishna shows his influence of his illusion to Markandeya Rishi. That's a beautiful chapter. There all this description comes. Okay, yes, Niket has another question. Please, Niket.
Yes,
Go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Actually, in one of means in today's class specifically, you have mentioned so much elaborately about cow and this lotus flower. But if we see in this today's world, then and I have learned also from some other spiritual people also that like you say that cow is very significant animal for Krishna also, but most of the people nowadays are feeding and they love dogs actually, and they instead of putting cows in their house they mostly prefer dogs, dog, cat, all those, and specifically dog. And some people say dog is not good. Likewise, if we see in terms of flower, then maybe in previous days, lotus used to be very popular flower, but nowadays we see rose as the popular flower. So, is it like there is some deviation in opinion of people of what should be preferred? And another thing is like why Krishna preferred specific things, specific material things also, if we can say, like the cow as the animal, the lotus as the flower. So why specific preferences? And why this difference of opinion in modern world regarding these things? Yes, thank you.
Yeah, in the modern day world, there is so much of degradation in our thinking, in our living habits, the way we perceive things. That's because we have forgotten our spiritual roots. So, overall, yes, there is a deviation from the standards expected of a human being as revealed in the scriptures in Kali Yuga. But then uh, it doesn't mean that, okay, somebody is loving uh, dogs more and not cows. Now, clearly, now somebody may choose to love dogs. We are not against dogs or cats. In fact, Krishna tells in the Bhagavad Gita, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shuni Chaiva Shwapakecha Pandita Samadarshinaha. Krishna says a person who is a real Pandita, a real knowledgeable person, he is Samadarshinaha. He sees equally a learned Brahmana, a, uh, a meat eater, a dog, and a cow, even an elephant. He sees the soul present in each of these bodies. So, from spiritual point of view, each, whether it is the body in the body of a dog or in the body of any other animal, it is the soul which is living. The external bodies are different manifestations of the individual soul's own karma. So that is one point of view. But specifically, why cows? That I have already explained. Because cows are considered to be our mothers, especially because even today, if you see, uh, after mother's milk, it is cow's milk that we drink, even from our childhood, and it nourishes us. So, cow selflessly, of course, today it is very unethical methods of maintaining the cows and all of that. But still, the cows play a major role because they give their own blood in the form of cow's milk to everybody. And also, the cows are also very held in a special esteem by Krishna because of the fact that all the ingredients that are coming from the cow, especially milk products, I'm talking about, milk products are all considered sacred, and they are used in the worship of the Lord. Especially ghee, which comes from the cow, is used for the performance of yajnas, which are very important, as we had discussed yesterday, the purpose of yajna. Yesterday, or one of the sessions, we had talked about it, the yajna cycle. And in fact, cow is considered so sacred that even cow dung and cow urine are considered in the Vedas to be purifying agents. That doesn't this doesn't hold good for any other animals, dog or anything. Cow dung and cow urine. Even there have been researches conducted in the modern days which says that cow dung and cow urine do contain antiseptic properties. So, seeing all these points of view, cow is considered sacred. Cow is our mother. Cow is very special animal. And so, devotees of the Lord, we should try to conserve cows, and definitely, if it is possible, we can support um, those organizations which are properly caring for the cows. Because at one point, Srila Prabhupada, our Acharya, also says cow protection is an integral part of civilized society. When uncivilized people, they slaughter the cow and drink its blood. But civilized people, they drink cow's milk, which is also a manifestation of cow's blood only, but without killing the cow. And it is very also unfortunate to see that in our own country is one of the largest exporters of beef in the world. So, and in the scriptures, it is explained that when a person kills a cow or even purchases the cow's flesh or eats it or in any way is involved in killing of a cow, that person will suffer in the hell for as many number of hairs that are present on the cow's body multiplied by 1,000. So that means it is a heinous sin to even to kill a cow or to be involved in any way, directly or indirectly, supporting this killing of cows. So therefore, cow killing is very, very sinful. And of course, we are not saying that we should hate dogs or something like that. Dogs are also living entities, parts and parcels of Krishna, but cow is held sacred in our Vedic scriptures. So hope that answers your question, and it's already 10:30. So we will meet again in the next session with the next set of 6 holy names of Krishna. We will try to discuss the significance and the application of those names. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you for your valuable time. Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna.